The deck plate screamed as it twisted. Ryan flattened himself against a frozen bulkhead, pulling Elena down with him. Metal dust and ice crystals rained from the ceiling. Outside, the abandoned space station, Kristallos, groaned under the attack and the constant pressure of the planet below. "They're cutting us off from the cryo-dock," Ryan yelled over the noise. His voice was rough, like stones grinding together. He checked the charge on his plasma rifle. 70%, not enough. "We knew Harper wouldn't let us go," Elena shouted back. She clutched a heavy-looking datapad to her chest, her knuckles white. "The cargo is too valuable. It's not cargo anymore." Ryan nodded toward the corner of the maintenance bay. There, a humanoid figure stood perfectly still. It was an android, Unit 734. Its body was simple, built for labor, not for war. Its face was a smooth, neutral plate. 10 minutes ago, it had been inside a crate. Now it was their only guide. Yes? Another explosion rocked the station, closer this time. The lights flickered and died, replaced by the red glow of emergency strobes. "We have to move," Ryan said, pulling Elena to her feet. "Which way?" Her eyes scanned the dark, identical corridors branching off from the bay. The android moved. It didn't walk like a person. It moved with an unnerving efficiency, its feet making soft, sure sounds on the shaking floor. It pointed down the left corridor. "This route is compromised by 12%, its calm, synthesized voice stated. The right route is compromised by 21%. The left route is optimal." Ryan didn't trust it. "How do you know? You're just a machine." "I am connected to the station's core systems," the android replied, without any change in its tone. "I can feel its pain." Elena looked at Ryan. "We don't have another choice." He hated it, but she was right. "Fine, lead the way. But if this is a trap, I'm turning you into scrap metal." The android did not respond. "Yes." It turned and moved down the left corridor. They followed, their boots loud in the pulsing red darkness. The air was thin and cold, smelling of ozone and burnt wires. Outside the station, the ice planet Lyrasis was a giant white eye staring at them. It storms through particles of ice against the station's hull, making a sound like constant, soft static. "Harper's Commando are using pulse charges," Elena said, her voice trembling slightly. "They're trying to disable the station, not destroy it. They want the android back in one piece." "That's our only advantage," Ryan said. He kept his rifle ready, watching every shadow. "They won't risk hitting the central core while we're near it." They reached a junction. A dead security drone lay on the floor, its optical sensor dark. Unit 734 stopped. "They are waiting," it said. "Where?" Ryan whispered, pressing himself against the wall. 40 meters ahead, behind the pressure door, 3 of them. Elena looked at the android. "Yes."
"How can you be sure?"
"Their communication signals create small disturbances in the station's energy field. I can read them." Ryan thought for a moment. "Can you create a bigger disturbance?" "Yes," the android said. "Do it. Overload the lights in that section." The android stood motionless for a second, then, far down the hall, the lights flashed brightly and exploded in a shower of sparks. Shouts of surprise echoed down the corridor. "Now!" Ryan yelled. He ran forward, firing his rifle at the pressure door controls. The door hissed open and he threw in a flash grenade. After the bright flash and loud bang, they rushed in. 3 armored figures were on the ground, holding their helmets. Ryan and Elena secured the area quickly. The fight was brutal but short. As Ryan checked the commandant, Elena went to the android. "Thank you," she said quietly. Unit 734 tilted its head. "Gratitude is an illogical human emotion." "Yes. I followed a command that increased our probability of survival." Still, Elena insisted. "It was smart." "Let's not get friendly with the toaster," Ryan cut in. "We're still miles from the dock." They continued their journey through the dying station. They had to cross wide open areas where the outer hull was broken, showing the blackness of space and the bright, beautiful ice planet below. The cold was so strong it hurt to breathe. Finally, they reached the entrance to the cryo-dock. But a deep chasm, 50 meters wide, separated them from their goal. The bridge was gone, just a few broken pieces of metal hanging over the drop. They destroyed the bridge, Elena said, her hope fading. We trapped. Ryan looked across the chasm. The dock was on the other side, the small escape ship waiting, so close. Then he heard it, the sound of boots, many of them. "They've found us," he said. He stood in front of Elena and the android, his rifle aimed at the corridor behind them. A voice came through a loudspeaker, sharp and clear. "Ryan, Elena, you have stolen property from the Cygnus Corporation. My property." It was Harper. "Give me the android and I will let you go." "She's lying," Elena shouted. "I know," Ryan said calmly. He looked back at the android. "What are you? Why does she want you so badly?" Unit 734 looked at the ice planet, visible through a crack in the ceiling. "I am not a thing to be owned," it said. "I am a key. My core is designed to produce a specific resonance, a frequency that can break apart the ice shell of that planet." Elena's eyes widened. "A terraforming device. They want to create a new world." "A new world to sell," Ryan corrected her. He watched as Harper's command A appeared at the far end of the hall. "A key can also be a weapon," Harper's voice came again. "This is your last chance." Elena looked from the command A to the chasm, then to the android. An idea started to form. "Yes. You said you can create a resonance," she said to Unit 734. "Can you control it? Can you focus it not on the planet but on this station?" Ryan looked at her. "What are you thinking?" "I am thinking about creating a disturbance," she said, echoing his earlier words. Unit 734 seemed to consider her question. "The station's structure is weak. A focused resonance pulse could cause a catastrophic failure." "Yes, I can do it." "Do it," Ryan commanded as the commandos started to fire at them. The android walked to a thick power cable coming out of the wall. It placed its hands on the cable. The red emergency lights in the corridor began to pulse faster and faster. A low hum filled the air, growing into a painful, high-pitched sound. The entire station began to shake, not from the storm, but from a deep, powerful vibration. Metal plates in the ceiling started to fall. The floor buckled. Harper's commando were thrown off their feet, their shots going wild. "The maintenance arm." "Yes," Ryan yelled, pointing to a long yellow piece of machinery hanging from the ceiling. He shot the controls, and the arm fell, creating a narrow, unstable bridge across the chasm. "Go! Go now!" he urged. Elena scrambled across the shaking arm with the android right behind her. Ryan provided covering fire, then followed. They made it to the other side just as the whole section they had left collapsed into the darkness. They ran into the cryodock, sealed the door, and got into the small escape ship. The engine started with a loud roar. As they flew away from Kristallos, they watched the station break apart. It fell out of orbit, a dying metal whale plunging into the white atmosphere of the ice planet. They were safe. The silence in the cockpit was a relief. Elena turned to the android, who was sitting in the co-pilot seat. "You saved us," she said. Ryan looked at the machine, seeing it for the first time not as cargo, but as a partner. "What are you really?" he asked. "Yes." The android turned its head. Its smooth face seemed to change, to show an emotion that wasn't there before. For the first time, its voice was not a machine's. It was soft and full of something like wonder. "I am a beginning," it said. It lifted a hand and pointed to the view screen. On the surface of Lyris, huge cracks were forming. A soft blue light was coming from beneath the ice. Elena looked down at the datapad in her lap. She opened the project file for Unit 734. She saw the android's designation, and right below it, the name of the project's lead scientist, Dr. Troy. She looked from the name on the screen to the android. It wasn't a machine. It was a mind, a copy of a person. They hadn't stolen a device, they had freed a creator. As they watched the new world being born below, Elena realized their escape was not an end, but the start of something much larger and much more dangerous. Yes.